Hi everyone, this is Howard and Teresa Shane from Camino Island and our little homestead we call the Sleepy Bee. I'd like to do a quick rundown on the Modern Homesteading Conference we just attended and got back a couple of days ago over in Coeur Idaho, and kind of give you some highlights and our perspective of what a fantastic conference this is. Here in Camino Island, it's about a 7 hour drive over to Coeur d'Alene and about six coming back, depending on traffic, but well worth the effort, well worth the trip, and it's beautiful over there. So we had a fantastic time. Got to meet a lot of great people that we have watched and learned from on YouTube. Really fantastic folks, and getting to meet them in person and listen to what they have to say was really inspiring and fantastic. Want to thank each and every one of you, especially Melissa Norris. Understood that you had to project manage all of that and how you handled that with grace and patience and still smiling and holding that whole cacophony of chaos together, if you will, and that first conference. That was really fantastic job on your part. So we give you thanks and blessings. Once again, it was great. So here we are on the first day when we got there. Great parking, great place to, a great location, really close to the hotel we were staying. The opening ceremonies was fantastic. I'm going through the schedule here, and so after the opening ceremonies, and went over and watched Joel Salatin, the godfather of homesteading. It was really fantastic to watch him and his son go through chicken processing from start to finish, from the live chickens all the way through to the finished product. Learned so much. Learned so much. As a matter of fact, I'm inspired. Teresa had suggested that I get with a local chicken person around here when they start doing their chickens, where I can get some hands on with it. There's nothing better to build competencies than doing hands on. So that's something that we would like to do in the future. We live here in a neighborhood, and we don't have the freedoms to have chickens and to have a big enough garden that we would like. So we're hoping to get some property someday soon. God's going to bless us. And in the meanwhile, we're turning our waiting room into a classroom and having a great time with what we're growing here. So with Joel Selden, got to ask him a question, got to talk with him briefly. Couldn't get to him one-on-one, but it was really great. And then afterwards, we went in and watched Carolyn Thomas talk about how to produce and do more on your homestead. So fantastic to see her. Learned a lot. What really energized me and opened my eyes was how to not stop approaching your homestead as a hobby, start approaching it as a business, and have a schedule, like the elements of planning, inspection, minimum tasks and projects. That to me was really super. It was really hit me to where, start writing things down on a calendar, the things you need to do on the daily, the weekly, the monthly, especially just not your inspection and your minimum tasks, but the projects you need to get done. And I think that's going to help both myself and Teresa out immensely. She was such a sweet person, such a blessing. So glad Josh was there. I got up, went over and introduced myself to him. And, all of you folks, Josh and Carolyn and Melissa and Mary from Mary's Nest, and all the folks that we met. I know you get people running up to you and introducing themselves to you, and you don't know us from Adam, but you're such a part of our family, and getting to meet you face to face and talking with y'all and knowing that you're the same people on camera on YouTube as you are in person, and it was really heartwarming and inspiring, and knowing that you guys are coming from a place of giving and wanting to pour yourselves out and share God's blessing. We want to thank you for that. Got to talk to Carolyn, and she was so sweet. Teresa, you were taking pictures of us, and she's waving with her beautiful little smile at Teresa. She was really nice. And then Josh was really great. I shook his hand. It was so nice to meet him. He's such a mighty man of God, and he's the kind of person you want to be friends with. You can tell right from the jump. I've learned so much. We've learned so much from him as well. So, especially with canning too, Carolyn. There's times when we're doing high pressure canning, and we're following the ball book. Some of the things we say is, okay, what would Carolyn do? Turn on YouTube, and you are our Yoda, our guru when it comes to that, by the way. Thank you.
Well, the School of Traditional Skills has been
Oh my gosh.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you for that. Thank you for that segue. The School of Traditional Skills. I know, Josh, you're the co-founder of that, if not the head guy in charge. such a huge blessing. We've been a member of that, and trying to get through all those classes and the successes and some of the, I wouldn't call them failures, we'll call them happy accidents. But we're learning, and that's how you learn. Meeting all of those great people. We got to stop by and talk to your folks there at the School of Traditional Skills. So fantastic. Met those folks and met a young lady named Shay. Met this young lady named Shay, beautiful, nice young lady, and she knows a lot about quail, and she sat down and poured herself out and taught us, different types of quail and what we can do and how we can grow them here in our neighborhood without, causing a ruckus, because once again, we can't have chickens. And we're excited to start that journey with quail eggs and quail meat. Thank you, Shay. So looking forward to you having your own segment on the School of Traditional Skills, maybe teaching people about quail. But also met another person who came up and introduced herself, and trying to find her card. Her name was Linda. Don't think she was part of the School of Traditional Skills, but she overheard and gave us some information on Quail 101. Great. You get to network with people and meet really good, like-minded folks that just want to share and give themselves to folks, and really fantastic. But so after meeting Carolyn and doing all of that, we did, we saw Melissa K. Norris. We kind of talked to her briefly, but once again, Melissa, I know you were busy and all that, but we're going to get up to Cedar Woolley. We'd like to meet you and spend some time up there. We've got a mutual friend who taught us, mutual friend, go to church with and been friends with for a long time, and her and her husband taught us how to make soap. And I know that she had worked with you and with soap making, so that'd be great to swap some stories and have a good time doing that, since you're just right up the road. On second day, Dr. Chris Bowman got his book, Perspective. Really recommend this. I need to start reading this, but we were blessed to get to meet him and his wife and children before the seminar started, and really eye-opening with what he had to share with the pesticides, insecticides, herbicides, homicides, suicides, everything that they're spraying on monocrops and an industrial type of farming. I'm not crashing on farmers out there by any stretch of the imagination, but it's kind of alarming of what's happening to our soils, what's happening to our food sources, and what we're consuming, what we may buy at the grocery stores. It's like, oh, this is healthy, and it's just maybe full of bad things for us. So why it's so important, us common folks, as we begin to grow our own fruits and veg and share with our family and friends what we can do to grow them in a healthy way, and really preserve the soil and God's creation, and appreciate all that the Creator has designed into our planet, and how to eat and how to grow food. It was great to meet him. We got a lot of different books. We've got a couple books from Melissa K. Norris, Handmade. Teresa got that, as well as the Family Garden Plan. It'd be kind of really cool to go through that. Justin Rhodes was not there, but we do follow Justin and his family. Got his book, The Rooted Life. If you don't know who Justin Rhodes is, him and his family, they've got a great homestead up and down in North Carolina, and they're really fantastic folks, Christian folks that love to give to each other. Got to meet a really sweet person who has Heirloom Evermore Seed Company. Talked to her a couple of times, and she shared her story with her family and her husband, and how they go about this. And now they've got a place in Missouri, and love that she sells seeds that are heirloom type, to where you can save seeds and just keep growing and propagating. And once again, really fantastic person. Really neat to meet these people and pour themselves out to you and share these experiences. Another fun thing is I was talking before, we went over to the School of Traditional Skills, met those folks. They put us on camera, interviewed us. I'm not sure how that's going to turn out, but looking forward to that. Really fantastic folks. But as we were walking through there, the day before, Teresa and I both really enjoy watching Mary from Mary's Nest, and Teresa's a huge fan. And after the first night, we're back at the hotel, and Teresa's like, Mary's here. I didn't know she was on the agenda, because she saw that she had met with Melissa. Well, sure enough, the second day after the School of Traditional Skills, we come around the corner, and I look over, and there's Mary. I say, hey, Teresa, there's Mary. And Mary's talking to a couple folks. And, she's talking with somebody, let's not disturb her. So I just kind of hovered, not like a vulture, but kind of hovered in the periphery, and she finished up talking, and we approached her, and what a sweet person. She just stopped and talked to us for about 20, 25 minutes. Really genuine, just heartwarming. Now, she and Teresa have shared personal cell phone numbers, and they can connect with one another. And I know it really made your day, didn't it, honey?
It sure did. Yes, I love her.
we, how can you not love her? And once again, these folks we meet, they're just like they are on YouTube. It's just they're genuine and lovely and full of God's love, and it was just really energizing the whole time there. Josh and Carolyn had their live pantry chat, which was packed. We got there a little late and couldn't really get in, so we were kind of hovering by the door, peeking around the side. But it was really neat, and seeing their children there, which was really kind of a neat experience too, because you see them on video, but seeing how they're engaged with their mom and dad was really great. Got some really great stuff. Stopped and saw Nikki Connolly, Profitable Homesteading Business with Value-Added Products. Saw her story about her husband, retired Master Sergeant in the Air Force, and we bought some apple cider syrup. It's really delicious. I want to try that.
So delicious.
I want to try that on vanilla ice cream, by the way. It's like, yes. Got some great things. Teresa got this wonderful cup that she adores. Keeps
My Pioneering Today mug. I love it. Keeps my coffee hot.
Of course, 4 jars was there. Got some canning lids. All y'all who can, gotta have these on hand. You got your jars and you're like, where are my lids? Well, we got the lids. We got the lids. A lot of fun. Have I missed anything? I think we covered a lot. I don't want to get in too long here, but other than that, it was really inspiring, folks. It was, we got our tickets for next year. Totally
Already?
going next year.
Yeah.
Already locked it in. Melissa, the team are going to be there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Some of the folks are going to be there next year.
Yeah, that's good.
I want to share this. And Jessica from Roots and Refuge, you and Jeremiah are like a part of the family here. You're like cousins. We've never met, but you are, the way God's love fills your heart, both of you guys. We've watched you guys for so long, and you're so inspiring. And I love your phrase, turn your waiting room into a classroom. And that's what we're doing here. And so excited about meeting you. I want to meet Jeremiah. I'm a Marine Corps veteran myself, so be nice to shake his hand and get some information from him, especially building things. And I know he's a font of knowledge, as are you. But everybody, and Mary's going to have Mary from Mary's Nest is going to be there, and have her seminars. This is going to be really exciting. But yeah, we're locked in for next year. Highly recommend us. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho is a beautiful place. It is so nice to be surrounded by your people. And when I say your people, I'm going to say briefly, how many times have you been full of your journey about, growing food and doing things and living this kind of lifestyle, and you talk to some family and friends and you get the, and there's like, okay, when's this over? They don't share that passion, and that's okay. It's not their bag. Like it's our thing, but when you're surrounded by folks that you can start talking and everybody starts getting excited, and it's kind of a really great thing. We're amongst our people and really great. Looking forward to next year. Going to be there with bells on, and looking forward to seeing all y'all. Probably be even bigger next year. There were so many, way more people showed up than I thought would be. Rousing success. Well done, Melissa and your team. Fantastic. Is there anything you want to finish with, honey?
I think you covered it.
Oh my gosh, I've been babbling on like a motor mouth. But
Did a good job.
oh, thank you. Blessings to all of you guys. Continue on your journey, whatever motivates you, whatever you like to do, but just this really energized us. We were kind of getting a little burned out, but first thing we did when we got back from the 6-hour drive is pulled up the rest of my soft neck garlic, and I've got it drying. I got hard neck garlic. I got to harvest up here in the next week or so. Teresa, if you want to pan around, you can kind of show our garden here. We've got tomatoes and potatoes and onions and strawberries and bush beans and pole beans and all kinds of herbs, oregano, sage. I actually got a volunteer potato growing over there, and some horseradish, and And the list goes on and on and on. Got some winter squash and some zucchini planted. And actually, when we got back, the first thing, like I said, pulled the garlic. We started working in the onion bed. Planted like 30 leeks. Never grew leeks before, but what the heck, let's give them a try. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Started fermenting some honey garlic. Just once again, it was just a shot in the arm and filled our hearts, and boom, we're over the rainbow and we're back into it, right? So, we never left it. It was just really inspiring and really a good jolt for us. Once again, thank you to everybody that put this conference on. And I want to extend God's love and blessings to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much for watching this today. God bless you, and have a wonderful summer and a bountiful harvest. Take care, everybody.